guys, in this episode of Trail of Curiosity, I am excited to be checking out the new teaser to the new Walking Dead spin-off called The Ones Who Live, which, for those of you who don't know, is the spin-off that is going to be featuring Rick Grimes and Michonne, played by Danai Gurira and Andrew Lincoln. And I am really excited to check this one out. I know that it's supposed to be like mostly a teaser with not really any major footage from the show, because the show is still going to be coming at some point in 2024, probably around March, April, May, somewhere around that time most likely. I'm still really excited to get into it and just get teased about it, especially because we've also gotten a reveal about the title of this spin-off, because until this point it was literally just referred to as Rick and Michonne, just like how the spin-off about Daryl is called Daryl Dixon. But unlike that one, we've actually gotten a new alternative title about this show, which, as I said, as you can see by the title of this video, is called The Ones Who Live, which is a reference to a line that was featured at the end of the main show in that kind of like, what's the word for it? Not compilation, but just kind of like video which, a portion which had every character say the line, "We are the ones who live," which I really enjoyed, because it's basically them saying we are the Walking Dead, but in a little bit of a more creative and unique way, because it's literally that. It's literally that. So I definitely wanted them anyway to use the name or sentence "we are the ones who live" at some point, but I would have been fine if they used it as like an episode title or something. But using it for the name of a spin-off is even better. So I'm really happy with that, especially because I mean, I want something more creative for the names of these spin-offs. I don't want them to just be named after the characters, because it kind of implies that all the spin-offs are going to be about is going to be those supposed characters. It kind of stifles the possibility of us being able to actually enjoy any new characters that get introduced in these spin-offs. And to be honest, having the title be non-character specific doesn't really mean that those spin-offs are going to feature or give us some interesting characters that we can enjoy, as we have seen clearly with Dead City, where no matter how much they've tried, only Maggie and Negan, and I guess a little bit of the Croat, are the actually interesting characters, or should I say more so entertaining characters. And even then it's mostly Maggie and Negan, and if I really have to delve into it, for me it's mostly been Negan where I've gotten most of my enjoyment of that show. So yeah, I just want this show to have actual build-up for characters other than Rick and Michonne, so kind of having it have a name other than Rick and Michonne gives me a little bit more hope that it's going to be like that. But I guess we're gonna have to get into this teaser and see if it is actually gonna be like that, and most likely we're just gonna have to wait until an actual trailer drops, which is most likely gonna happen at some point early next year, if there is some kind of like Comic-Con or something where they could drop it and generate hype, because I believe this has been dropped right around the time of like San Diego Comic-Con or whatever, which I don't know how much of a thing it is because of the writer's strike, so there's that, you know. But yeah, I am really excited to get into this and see if there's gonna be anything really exciting. I don't really expect that to be the case, because it's only a 38-second teaser, but we've checked out teasers before which have at least excited me, so there's that. So without further ado, let's get into it and see if there's gonna be anything fun in 3, 2, 1. I love the red, I gotta say.
I've been out there a long time.
Okay, there is some actual footage. I like that.
Years ago. And then things changed. I found out that he's alive.
Hell yeah! I don't like that font though, I gotta say. Please don't tell me that's just it. Really? You have like 5 seconds of credits, not even credits, just an end screen. That's some bullshit if you ask me. But yeah, Okay, so we are gonna be getting into the couple of shots that we get from this teaser, which are very much new. So first of all, like I said, I do um, really like the red coloring that they're using for this. I might have to change the color that I'm going to be using for like the thumbnails in regards to the Rick and Michonne show, because until this point I think I was planning on using some kind of white color because I really like customizing my thumbnails with colors and fonts. So I was planning on using white, but them kind of going for like a red style for it kind of makes me, I guess, want to go for that as well. So we'll see. We might go for something along those lines, which might be a little bit of an issue because I've already been using a red color for Fear the Walking Dead, and I like to use distinct colors for the different spin-offs, but I think we might manage to figure it out, considering that the particular hue of this color that they're using in this trailer is different enough to where it's going to stand out. So it's going to be more of a pinkish red rather than dark red like what I've been using for Fear. But yeah, so there are a little bit of glimpses of actual shots from the show, it seems like this shot of Michonne, and there's another one where she seems like she might be in like a metro or underground. I don't know. Seems interesting regardless. Hopefully it's gonna be more exciting and less bland than Dead City has been with those kind of scenes, but I guess we're gonna have to wait and find out. So yeah, that's, I believe, a shot that we got at the end of the series. There is, I think, yeah, those are very much CRM soldiers, one getting blown up, so that looks pretty good. There's a walker there, which is just a random walker. Not really much to say about that. I think I might have found my thumbnail, but I guess we're gonna have to wait and see, just in case I'm just gonna take a snapshot of it right now. Is that Rick walking with like a CRM uniform? Considering that the last silhouette was of Michonne, I'd say so. Yep, there he is, killing walkers, clearing. Is that gonna be motherfucking Silas? They really gotta incorporate the world beyond characters in some way, shape, or form, right? They're not gonna just completely ignore them, because I'm pretty sure they were in some way, shape, or form supposed to be in the Rick movies, which turned into this show, so I'm excited to see if that is actually Silas and whether he's actually gonna feature, because it's gonna be cool. Because I actually, unlike most people, I actually enjoy those characters, so there's that. That's a cool shot of Rick, I gotta say, using a hatchet, I believe. And another shot of him. God, I've missed him so much. I can't wait to see Rick once again, man. I've never been much of a Rick gal myself. I've never really been too big of a fan of him, in the sense that he's a cool character and all, but characters like Darrow or Glenn, or just like the more, I don't know, unique characters, in particular Darrow or even Carol, have always been a little bit more interesting to me than the generic father figure trying to protect his family kind of guy. He's always kind of fallen a little bit of a generic male role for me to really enjoy. And it's nothing really to do with his gender or sex or anything, it's more so with his just stereotype, I guess. Whereas somebody like Darrow, for example, has been a little bit of a more unique character, because you see in every movie this kind of like generic male guy who is just looking to protect his family or something along those lines. But you don't see in every movie the loner type who finds family through these experiences or something along those lines. Like, the loner archetype, while still there, is not quite as prominent as the generic father-husband stereotype, you know? So that's always been a little bit more interesting for me. But Andrew Lincoln has definitely elevated his role as Rick Grimes beyond any point that anybody else, I feel like, could have, you know? He's made it his own in a way that nobody else can play it, in my opinion. So, yeah, I like him. I like him a lot, and I get how people are how I get why people are clamoring for him to return so much. I am really excited, and I can't wait to see this spin-off and see a proper trailer of it as well, so I can actually get a proper opinion of how good it's going to be. Because I've said before in my reviews for Dead City or in my reactions to the trailers for Dead City, but the way I felt about all these spin-offs, I always expected that this spin-off with Rick and Michonne is probably going to be the most objectively good spin-off, whereas the Darrow spin-off is probably going to be the riskiest one, which can be the most interesting ultimately, but not necessarily the best, because it requires a little bit of a jump the shark moment with him having to show up in France, which is just insane. And Maggie and Negan spin-off always felt like the safest one, which kind of made it also the most bland one. And so far, my expectations have been met pretty much in that regard. Like, the Maggie and Negan spin-off has been okay, definitely better in some ways, somewhat worse in others, but it's overall been exactly what I expected it to be. So the Darrow spin-off also seems like it's going to be like that, although I'll get more of an idea of that once I get into the actual trailer, which I'm going to be doing in the next video. But yeah, I'm actually really excited for this. I do hope they change the goddamn font of this though, because as much as I love using unique fonts for my thumbnails of my videos and everything, this font does not fit the vibe of The Walking Dead whatsoever. They should have picked something else. Because I swear, I love that they're trying to, like, create unique identities for these spin-offs and everything. And I feel like I think they also used, like, a unique, different font for the Dead City series, which kind of makes me feel like AMC is once again fucking copying me in that regard, because they're going for these different colors for the branding of these series, with like Dead City being green and this show seemingly being red, and I don't know what the Darrow show's color is really going to be, but anyway, I feel like they're kind of copying me with that, trying to put a distinct color for the series and a distinct font for each series, because that's what I do. That's what I do for my videos. I try to pick out different unique fonts that I haven't used for any other series, and unique colors that I haven't used for any other series. And this is not the first time that that's something that I have done. AMC has turned out to do at some point as well, because, and I've talked about this in my reviews for The Walking Dead World Beyond, but the character of Hope in that series and the concept of her character is what I wrote in my zombie story that I'm writing on Wattpad called Dead Inside, with a main character who is also called Hope, who in many ways is exactly like that character. You know? So it really fucking feels like AMC's just copying me at this point, which is not the case, but it's just cool to think about, you know? I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. The point is, I am really excited for this spin-off. I can't wait to see a proper trailer of it, which this was not, but we still got at least a couple of shots to get me a little more excited about it. And yeah, it just at least gave us a really cool title of it, which I'm hoping that it genuinely is the title and it's not just like a promo for it, but it seems like it is going to be the actual title of the series, which is a good choice. It's a good choice to kind of create unique titles. Now I just wish they went for something other than Daryl Dixon for his spin-off, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much. Out of all the spin-offs, his is probably the one that actually justifies its character title more than the other ones, you know? Because it's gonna be about him in many ways. And I guess also about France, but you know. Anyway, I am curious though, what do you guys think about this teaser trailer of this new Walking Dead spin-off? And are you excited about it? Comment all your thoughts down below and let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 6 patrons on Patreon. Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, Corvidet, Dane Harty, Peyton Jones, and Kraken King. Thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me that you have decided to support me, have continued to support me for such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. Another thing that I want to talk to you guys about before we end this video is something that I already mentioned earlier on in this video. That being the fact that I am trans. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I need your help. Due to the fact that I live in a very conservative and transphobic and homophobic Eastern European country with a family that won't really ever accept the fact that I am trans, except my mom, who is the only person who I've finally came out to, it's not really feasible or easy for me to transition here with minimal to no repercussions. That's why I would really appreciate it if you guys could give me any kind or any amount of support with this that can potentially get me out of this situation. Now, I don't want to guilt trip you into helping me out with this, so if you don't have the means or you don't want to help out, don't feel bad about it, but I just want to let you know that it would be greatly appreciated if you could help me out in any way, shape or form with this, because I genuinely feel like there's no way out right now still. Anyway, whatever your means are of helping out, thank you for doing it, and thank you for hearing me out. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can pledge support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do any of that, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!